Men, and I use the term loosely, of course. The next project bike is here. Actually, the next two project bikes are here. The other bike is sitting outside. We're going to look at it in a minute. Actually, the two project bikes are just one project bike. And as it turns out, the other bike is going to be a donor for this bike. This bike doesn't run. The other bike runs. So you may be wondering, why am I going to mess with the bike that doesn't run? This bike has paperwork. The other one doesn't. The other bike has an electric start. This one doesn't. We're going to move the electric start stuff over to this bike. This owner likes the short shocks on this bike. They're too damn short though. The wheel rubs on the fender, so I'm going to have to use the longer shocks on it, I would suspect. He wants it mechanically reliable before he does anything cosmetic to it. So we're going to grease the fork bearings. We're going to take apart the front forks, reseal them, clean the fluid, flush the fluid out, put new fluid in there, clean them all out. We're going to do the swing arm bearings. We're going to do the wheel bearings. This one allegedly has no compression, so we're going to figure out why it has no compression and fix that. And we're probably going to tear that apart shortly. But let's go outside and look at the other bike. And here we have project bike number 2. This has got an S&S shorty on it. We'll probably use that. The owner likes this seat, so we'll probably use it. The fender, such as it is in better shape than the fender on the other bike, so we'll probably use this fender. These handlebars suck. He doesn't want them. He doesn't want a speedometer, so he's not going to get it. I don't know. So we got a parts buggy for the other bike, and we're probably going to use a bunch of it. Oh, one other thing of note. One of these is a 75. The other one is a 76. So they both have that jackass crossover shifter brake mechanism. We're going to convert one of them to right-hand side shift and left-hand side brake, like these years were intended to be. Harley didn't produce a bike that was, native. I'll call it native left-hand shift and right-side brake until 77. So 74 was a good year. Right side shift, left side brake, everything the way it's supposed to be. 75 and 76 were bastard years. Harley apparently didn't grease the right palms in 75 when the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards demanded left side shift and right side brake. They got caught with their pants down. So anyway, these are transition years, and the linkage is horrible on them. So we're going to show you how to do that. The other bike doesn't have any wiring. This wiring, from what I could see, has been chopped up and bastardized, so there's no point in moving a harness over to the other bike. We're going to make a new harness. Hopefully the owner does not want turn signals, because that makes it a bunch easier. So let's tear the top end off that other bike. All right, I'm hand holding it for this. I just pulled the head off. Notice anything unusual about that piston? There ain't one. Well, I guess that's why it's got no compression, huh? And as you might expect, with no piston in the front, there's no piston in the back. At least they match, huh? All right, I moved around to the left side of the bike. I got to take the primary off anyway to swap over the clutch hub with the ring gear on it so the guy could put electric start on this. And as I'm over here, see this? That looks like it's been cracked and welded. And you notice how smooth this is over here. That tells me this has been sanded on. So I'm suspecting I'm either going to find a JB weld or a crack underneath there. And, oh geez, I just ruined a paint job. It looks like aluminum. I don't see any JB. But I do see what looks like a repaired crack, which is in and of itself not a big deal if it's a good weld job. So we're going to pull the primary off, see what it looks like on the inside, and take it from there. All right. All right, this is what I needed to see. Weld, weld, weld. A lot of porosity, not a lot of penetration. Here's a cracked area here that isn't even really welded. No penetration down here into the root. Guy went in here with either a milling machine or a Dremel tool and milled out all the real nasty, ugly stuff so you can't see it. You got weld up in here, weld back in here. Jesus, it's just not pretty at all. Not pretty. You know, I don't know. I suspect he welded it while it was in the frame. Well, no, he couldn't have, because this looks like milling machine right here. Just not very good. Even at my worst, I do better than that. Oh, and here's something interesting. The seal is not here. Let's see if it's on the back of the sprocket. Yeah, seal was stuck to the back of the sprocket. I see quite a few of these. There's not a lot of tension on these. And you know, some Loctite 518 around the periphery of this thing when you put it in might help hold it. I'm sure this is probably blowing out. I don't know. You know, I'd want to, well, some of it's not horrible. You know, I don't know. I don't like the looks of it. I don't trust it. Seen worse. Seen better. Could be okay, I guess. I don't know. I'd have to get it all cleaned up, take a close look at it and see. I'd want to get some more penetration down in here. You know, there's a big void back in here. You know, the trouble with this is if there's any voids underneath here, it's full of fucking oil. So as soon as I tried to, you know, blend this in and radius it out, that oil's going to blow out of there. It's going to be impossible, well, not impossible, but very difficult to re-weld this thing and have it come out looking like anything. You know, redoing somebody else's bad weld is the worst scenario. You know, this in here looks pretty solid. It just looks like it needs to be blended better. Of course, you can't see what's going on the outside because it's covered with black paint. You know, kind of a note to myself is, you know, never buy an engine with painted black crankcases. And black paint hides a lot of fucking damage. Anyway, we'll leave it up to the owner and let him decide which way he wants to go with it. But right now I'm thinking swap that other half a crankcase in there and shit, I'll line hone it and it'll be good. I think that'll be the most solid way to go, assuming, of course, that the other case doesn't have similar such damage. All right, let's switch gears. This one here supposedly runs and drives. This is probably going to end up being a donor bike, but let's see if it runs. Well, it runs and it drives, but it will only go like 50 miles an hour. So I suspect very low compression, badly adjusted valves, or the timing is off by a mile. Or maybe the throttle ain't even opening all the way. But let's fire this one up and see if it does run. Wow. That was a pleasant surprise. I'm not going to drive it because it's somebody else's bike. And for all I know, it's a death trap on two wheels. Brakes, who knows? Who knows? Tires, who knows? I'll drive it, of course, when I get it done, but I ain't driving it now. So we're going to pull this one inside, pull the other one outside. We're going to check the compression on it. We're going to check the valve adjustment, although they both seem like they must be pretty good. And we're going to do a root and crude check on the timing. Why this will only go 55 miles an hour? Who the hell knows? Like I said, I originally thought real bad compression, valves hanging open, but it starts easy. It sounds good, so I don't think those are going to be the case. Timing can't be too far off. It started right up. So, maybe the car, maybe something with the jets isn't right. I don't know. But this is going inside. We're going to do some diagnostic on it before we tear it apart just to see what we're dealing with. And we'll take it from there. So tune in next week and we'll see where the trail leads. And with that, I am out of here. Hey, please subscribe, get yourself a coffee cup, get yourself some stickers, and we'll see you next time. Bye.